There's a classic example of mare tails in a sky. It's a beautiful evening. I want to share some thoughts on Hebrew with you while I explore this phenomenal sunset I'm starting to experience. There's the sun setting right there. Not quite setting, but close enough. I'm going to share some ideas on Hebrew with you while I'm ending my wonderful day. It's the little things in life, you know. Watching the sunsets, experiencing the beauty of the world, looking at the astonishing variety of plants and animals that's in this creation, seeing different sunsets, so on and so forth. It's the little things like that that give you a full life of experience. And it's the little things in studying Hebrew that's going to give you the full experience of appreciating the Scriptures. The daily practicing. It doesn't matter. What I do is I take a tablet with me and a pen. And while I'm at a stoplight, there's a couple of minutes there I get to practice writing down my Hebrew vocabulary. When I give you some vocabulary, I want you to write them down 101 times at a minimum. It's the little daily practicing, doing something every day. Nothing overly magnificent, just something towards progress. Gaining the experience and depth of being able to read Hebrew and Greek and Aramaic. And we're going to focus on Hebrew for a while, but it's those things that give it the richness. Just like seeing a sunset after having a wonderful day. These are the things that makes life rich. Makes it good, makes it beautiful, makes it worth living, makes you happy in your soul. These clouds are called mare's tails. They remind you of mare's tails, don't they? Absolutely awesome. No matter what direction you look. A lot of wind today. Even the wind adds up to magnificent day, even though it drives you crazy sometimes. You wish it'd die off. But that's part of the experience of life. Thank goodness for the wind. Thank goodness for the clouds. You ever wonder, while you're studying Hebrew, while you're learning your Hebrew, I want you to think, I wonder what letters God used to create the sun, to create the clouds in the air, to create the mountains, and all the variety of plants. I wonder what letters He used to create us. There's a hint for you. There are certain letters that are peculiar to man. Very interesting stuff to teach you from the Zohar. I'm so excited I can't hardly stand it. But first we get to the Hebrew Bible. And we appreciate the creation, because what we're studying, these little entities of spiritual power, each Hebrew letter, each Hebrew vowel has significance and meaning. What we're studying is what is all around us, only manifest in material form. I want you to keep that in mind while you're studying Hebrew. I want you to realize that there's a lot more to this creation. And there's a lot more to the language than meets the eye. It'll take your breath away when I show you the up-close and interesting aspects of Hebrew. Just like I'm showing you the up-close and interesting aspects of this sunset. And you see all the details. You get all the varieties and nuances of color and shape and texture. And it adds to the overall meaning of a sunset. That's what happens when you practice writing down your vocabulary words 101 times. And when I start giving you sentences, you start writing them out. And you sound them out. You name each consonant and each vowel as you write them out. Just like you look at each sunset and spend each day seeing so many varieties of plants, people, animals, so on and so forth. Tie it all together in your mind. Realize that you're in the midst of the sacred every day. and then stand back in awe at how fabulous the sacred really is. What a privilege to see this stuff. What a privilege to write, read, hear, speak, and see the actual elements that brings all this stuff about. Think of it that way. It'll change your course of studying Hebrew. Have the attitude of gratitude for all things. Take up another challenge I'll give you. You know that silly little song, count your many blessings, see what God has done? Count your many blessings, name them one by one. And think about it sincerely and start listing your blessings. See how many pages you come up with. I ended up with about 59 or 60 once, something like that. And I was so utterly astonished and blown away that I had to quit. I was in awe. I was overwhelmed at how great it is to be alive, at how great it is to learn about how absolutely fabulous it is to share. Yeah, that's all God's doing right now, isn't it? Think of it that way. God's just sharing all this with us. Now that's a true friend, isn't it? God didn't have to create our eyes, you know. God didn't have to create our ears or our vocal cords. And I'm well aware of the ideas of evolution. I understand that. I'm not trying to be naive here. But even that's the handiwork of God. When you look at it that way, it's simply staggering that we're here seeing such fabulous beauty.